successful group? There we go.
Sense of belonging.
Good leadership, cooperation, teamwork, ability to problem solve, compromise, conflict resolution skills, fairness, and willingness to listen. I'll let you maybe write down that question or take that question down, and then I'll give you the answer again in a minute, because that one's a good one. Tell me when you've got the question, and I'll give you the answer again.
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool.
Got it.
Good.
Yeah, thank you.
Flexion is defined as decreasing the angle between two bones, A, B, C, or D.
A.
Yeah, decreasing the angle between two bones. That's a good way to remember it. What are the 4 bones that relate to function of the knee? We're talking 4 now. It's 3 earlier. So we did this earlier. So I don't include fibula, but they include fibula sometimes, which makes no sense. So it doesn't really, it's not really, it relates to the hamstring, but not the knee joint per se, because it's just, you can break your fibula, but still be able to walk around, you know, obviously in a boot or something. But if you break your tibia, then you're in trouble. There you go.
No tibia, fibula.
And what's a patella?
It's a kneecap.
Yeah, but what sort of bone is it?
How do you call that one?
Think of a seed. There's a certain seed that it's named after. I think it's a Greek word, or yeah. So if I say, you know, think of a sesame seed.
I can't recall.
It's called a sesamoid bone. So it comes after the name sesame or sesame seed.
Oh, wow.
So it's shaped a bit like a sesame seed, like it's sort of slightly, it's rounded, but it's sort of pointed towards the ends. And you've got another one. You've got 2 under your big toe as well, your great toe. You've got another couple of sesame under there. It helps give leverage to a joint. Okay, not many left.
Hey, Peter.
Yeah.
Do we have access to this those quiz that you?
No. These are my IP. Like I develop them. The school doesn't do this. I do it for you. But nobody else does it for any other students or whatever. So I just do this for you, and the idea is we do sort of testing, but it's just that they don't do anything like this in the class. You know, in the college doesn't do this. I do it. I've put all these together myself over the course of the last 3 or 4 years, because I think it makes sense to use this, because it's an easier way of remembering things, isn't it?
Yeah, this is really good.
Yeah.
I wish you could do it at home, or like out of class or something.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, like I said, I spent hours putting this together, so it's sort of my IP really. But the best thing is go on to Kahoot, sign up with Kahoot, and then there's multiple Kahoots online that you can do to test yourself as well for body comp. But anything that's on here relating to any system, if you went on Kahoot and did a search, you know, you can find any quiz on any subject matter, on muscles, anatomy, whatever. Just use that.
Yeah.
But I'll make sure that in week 7 or 8 before the exam, we'll go through this again as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so I won't leave you hanging. And if I get the exam and it's slightly different, I'll make sure I put some questions in there that are more, you know, generally the exam questions don't change from year to year. Like they're using the same exam questions they used about 5 years ago. So, which makes no sense to me, but it makes it easier for you, because these questions come up and come up and come up. So, yeah. Prime movers in extension of the elbow. We did this triceps and anconeus. Remember, we had flexors, so extensors, triceps and anconeus. Let's do 3 more. Lifting your toes up towards you, common movement in running. We did this earlier.
It's a common move. Is it dorsiflexion, I think?
Yeah.
Dorsiflexion.
Yeah. You know, if you want to think about it, you dorsiflex, or dorsum is actually the back of your foot. Like if you want to think of your bottom of your foot is the front of your foot, the dorsum of your hand is the back of your hand, like there. So the dorsum of your foot is the top of your foot or the back of your foot. So the dorsiflexion is bringing your dorsum towards you. So that's the way I remember it. Like, so like, you know, it's like your back or the back of something. Plantar flexion is like pushing it into the ground. You're planting it in the ground. So pushing down like a calf raise. Sometimes those little things are easier to remember. It's just reading the question sometimes as well. So yeah, a couple more. Connective tissue, we've done that one. Number of elements can be changed to vary in exercise intensity during a group fitness class. Name 4. I'll look at all the other alactic questions, and I'll look in any of the exams we've had. And if there are any, I'll make some, I'll usually add a few more to this as we go along anyway.
Tempo.
Okay.
The load itself.
So tempo, load.
Range of motion.
Okay.
Duration.
Duration. Let's have a look. Weight. So the weight, yep. So the load, speed of movement, complexity of movement, and duration and rest periods. Yep, all of them, all of what you said. So good, perfect. We're done. Let's call it a day then. It's 20 past. You've done a lot of question taking, and you've had that alactic system, which is just like, you know, it's a bit too hard. It's a bit hard to take on board sometimes, that stuff. It doesn't make a lot of sense really. I'll try and find a better explanation of it. You know, it's really, as the guy was saying, nothing happens in isolation. You're using the alactic system or using, you know, like the anaerobic system for energy, but it doesn't work in isolation. We use the aerobic system as well. You know, if you're running, you may speed up, so to use the glycolytic system, but then slow down to use the oxidative system, but then accelerate quickly to use the phosphocreatine system. So nothing works in isolation. It's like an interplay between all those different systems. That's a way to think about it. Okay, let's call it a day there. Any questions?
Not for now.
Okay. Well, if you think of anything while you're gone, when you come back next week, hit me with it. Okay.
Sounds good. Thanks,
Yeah.
Peter.
No
Thanks,
worries.
Peter. Those questions are really great. Thank you.
That's all right. I want to help you out. I want you all to pass. Don't ever think I don't want you to pass. Love it when you pass and you can move on to the next level or whatever, or you can just work at, whatever. I'd love to help you out. No problem. Cool.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Bye. See you.
See you later. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.